Hello, world. We're just gonna hang out. I feel like I need music, but I don't know where to get stream-friendly music. I should actually probably look at that, because we have like 20 minutes before we start. Stream-friendly music. Oh, Streamer Square. Yeah. App Twitch music. Okay, so do. I feel like all of these kind of require link attribution. What's this? I'm moving my head around my mic because it's like right here and my monitor is also right here. So it says we can play in the browser. I'm gonna sign up with Twitch. Oh. Yeah. So maybe we'll do, hey Kerbal, maybe we'll mess with music another time. I spent time today working with captions and I think captions are working? I really don't know. I just enabled OBS's built-in captioning thing. Because I'd like to have captions, because I use captions when I watch TV and stuff. I don't do captions at movies because it's awkward. And I feel awkward asking for extra. Usually you have to do extra equipment and sit in a certain part of the theater. And usually I can catch everything in a movie theater, but sometimes I struggle to catch everything at home. So yeah, I totally watch TV with the captions on. And I would like to add captions to the stream. But apparently that's more difficult than it appears to be. And if you can't see the dog, there's totally a dog on the doggy cam. I should probably just flip the blanket so it's always yellow side up. And there's another dog right off camera. Another dog right off camera. Let's see if we can get them on camera. There we go. There's some fluffy butts on camera. I've had coffee today, I promise. Hey, fluffy butts. They are the cutest fluffy butts, aren't they? The white one really needs a bath. But I don't wanna. He's a double-coated dog, and he takes forever to dry, and he's gonna take a gazillion towels, and I just fixed my washing machine. Which means I can wash a gazillion towels. Hey, Guido, how you doing today? Oh, look, she's gonna sit and stare into the camera. Yeah, Fluffy is totally Fluffy. And that is actually his nickname, which is very confusing because the cat's name is Tuffy. Hey, Fenmil! So, and I had Fluffy before I had Tuffy. So, yeah, that gets confusing. Where are you going, buddy? Don't you want to be on camera? He's like, yes, but I want Cheerios too, Mom. I want Cheerios. There we go. Now he's on camera again. So, the other day, so what? Friday? Was it Friday? Fairly certain it was Friday. It was Friday. So, both my garbage disposal and washer have needed fixed, and I'm the handy one. The washer was smelly and stinky because it's a front-loading washer. It's a front-loading washer, and it threw an error code before I went to Seattle, And so I had to take the bottom panel off and unscrew this thing, which had, I guess, some sort of filter in it. And the filter was just, it's not like it's more of like a catch thing. And it was just full of coins, and there was like a plastic thing that held on to a lot of lint, and it was terrible. It was making the washer not drain. So we couldn't use the washer. So I fixed the washer on Sunday, and I fixed the garbage disposal on Sunday, which took much, much longer, even though it was just essentially switching out wires, but I couldn't run the garbage disposal along with anything in the house. It would just trip a breaker. So my fix was that, you know, my dad, an electrician, had installed a receptacle under my sink to plug my dishwasher into. So I got him to make me a cord so I could just plug the garbage disposal into that, meaning that the switch on the wall no longer does anything. So yeah, I changed the wiring on the garbage disposal after I had installed the garbage disposal at least a month ago. So yeah, that took a while, and I had to turn all the power off in the house because I'm paranoid and I don't want to die. Hello, Super Cowboy. So after that, I was like, all right, we're going out. I want to get a nice adult beverage or 3. And I wanted smelts from the pizza place downtown because their butterflied smelts are amazing. And it's Lent. I'm not a good Catholic, but I like my fish. So yeah, fish on a Friday. Yeah. So yeah, we went out, and we weren't out for more than a few hours. And Tinkerbell, who's just off camera, let me get her back on camera so I can scold her properly. And Tinkerbell has this really bad habit of panic eating. And I get dog food delivered. They literally put a bag of dog food in a box and they ship it. Which is awesome because it arrives on my porch and I just have to like put it up. Hello, DPI. So I thought I had this box of bagged dog food high enough off the floor where Tinker wouldn't mess with it. I didn't think about moving it before we left. I probably should have moved it. I come back to we come back and the box is down on the floor and there's multiple holes chewed through the box and there's at least one hole through the plastic of the bag. And poor Tinkerbell is just bloated. She ate so much food, she was bloated. It was a long night. I got up twice, and then I think I got up early again with her Saturday morning. And I was supposed to do things Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon that I did not do because I was staying home with my dog who just ate too much food because she panicked. So yeah, I kind of had the full circle of emotions on Friday. Yeah! Or, oh no, I have to fix the thing. Yeah, I fixed the thing. To, oh my god, dog, why? So, yeah, now I'm going to go back to the chat section. I just wanted to share that story. Tinkerbell. So, Fenmel says, I need a Tiffy Taffy to go with Fluffy and Tuffy and maybe a Laffy too. That is way too many critters. Way too many. 3 is my personal max in the house. There have been more. But I don't want another critter. I think at one point we had... Yeah, at one point we had 3 cats and 2 dogs. That's when I had the ex and a roommate living here. The roommate had a cat. Ex had a cat. I had my dog. 2 dogs and a cat. And at one point when my ex's mom lived here... Oh yeah, I have favorite human. That's right. When my ex's mom lived here, she came here with 5 dogs. 5. I have 2 dogs. 2. That's 7 dogs. I have lived with 7 dogs. I don't want to live with 7 dogs ever again. That's too many dogs. To be fair, they were all small, and most of them were dachshunds. Like, the biggest one was Fluffy, and the smallest was, like, a really geriatric Chihuahua. But, yeah, when that got down to 6 and then 5, I was happy. So, wow, 5 cats, though. I mean, cats are fun. I just... Don't do it. You like the cat. There's no mail today. Have some Cheerios. Chihuahuas are evil devil spawn. The geriatric Chihuahua was very much an old man, and my parents have a Chihuahua now who is just so submissive that, like, you look at him and he just, like, falls over and presents his belly. I'm okay with that Chihuahua. Now, they're Chiweenie. Baby girl. Baby girl's a jerk. So, Fenmil asked, so did you have to go to the hardware store more than twice? If you did, it was a project. No, we did not go to the hardware store at all because I've had, like, all the things ready to do it and all the knowledge. I just didn't do it. There were times when I didn't do the project because I didn't have all the tools or all the things. And then we finally did the thing. Like, I needed the cord. My dad got me the cord. I don't have wire strippers here. You know, the little thingy where you use to cut the insulation off, and I didn't have that, so I had to borrow a pair from my dad. And then I didn't have a screwdriver that could undo the screws on the bottom of the washer, so I had to do that. Like, we went and bought tools specifically for that. Paranor says, you can use a wife to remove the insulation. No, my dad would, no. I am definitely an electrician's daughter. There's Cheerios over there, Tink. Do your thing. So yes, hello everybody who's kind of popped in and listened to my story. Super Cowboys says, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is good today. Well, I'm here. I'm awake. I've had my coffee. I have my water. I don't have a headache, so, you know, we're good. And Guido says, we do not have garbage disposals here in Germany. What a novel concept. I hate garbage disposals. I hate them with a passion. The only reason why I have one is because when I bought the house, it came with one. Before I moved into the house, it was replaced. The last one got jammed up, and it was literally easier to go and replace the garbage disposal than to do the plumbing to, you know, essentially get rid of it. I hate garbage disposals with a passion. So the fact that it no longer works on the Switch doesn't bother me. Also, I don't like the sound they make. I really don't like the sound they make. And yeah, it took me years before I would, like, stick my hand down in to, like, pull out silverware and stuff that had fallen in. Ugh. So yeah, the fact that we have to crawl under the sink to plug it in is A-okay with me. I am totally okay with that. Kerbal says, my dorm room does not have a disposal. I clog the sink because I'm used to just dumping things down it. Yeah. And disposing it. Yeah. I was at a friend's in California once, and friend's dad decided that we were going to have something with potatoes for dinner, so he took it upon himself to... I think he peeled the potatoes, and then I think instead of putting the potato peelings in the trash, he put them down the disposal. We had to call the maintenance people for the apartment because it clogged up the sink. Because potato peels and starch and water. You weren't involved for that one. Have a Cheerio. Jonder said, never had a disposal unless you call my dog. My family had it a few years ago. I mean, my dogs happily lick up things I've spilled on the floor, and there has been more than once when I've just given them something to just lick out before I wash because it's just easier. Like, they like hummus. My dogs are weird. I love them though. Fenwell says, come on, a garbage disposal with a fork in it makes awesome music. No. Nope. 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 No. No. Yeah, no. Alrighty then. So today, I'm going to end definitely by 2. Because I need to go. The thing I was supposed to do yesterday, I am now doing today, and I'm getting picked up at 2:15. I am Eastern time, so for me, it's almost 1 o'clock. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, I'm getting picked up at 2:15. I'm gonna need 15 minutes to turn off lights, crate the dog so she doesn't eat herself to death, and take off what little makeup I have on. Yes, I have on makeup. Otherwise, my face would be shiny. So, yeah, that's what's going on today. Yay, work. Yay, work. If anybody is still waiting on things from me to send, I feel like this week is going to be the week where I actually send the things, and I kind of feel terrible because for some of you it's been a month where I've been like, yeah, I have the thing. Some of you it's been at least a month. I don't want to make it to 2 months and still have things I need to send out. Because yeah, Hangout-a-thon was before Christmas and we're in February and I want to get those things out of my office. So that's the goal this week, along with putting my office back together. They tore apart my office again while I was gone. My APC, my APC is the brand name. My uninterrupted power supply battery went, so they replaced the battery. Do you think that they replugged everything back in? No. So now I have to lay on the nasty floor and plug it all in myself. Thanks, YSU. I hurt you, YSU, but thanks. At least I have a desk. Anyway, let there be more coffee. Not coffee, just water. Just water. All right. So, we are now officially at 1800 UTC. Yeah! Go us! So today, for Science Sunday, which, welcome by the way, I'm your host, Annie Wilson. Today we're going to continue working with the images that I processed with Fit's Liberator last week. And we're going to, I actually already have them loaded up into Photoshop. Transition. So they're already in Photoshop. I have to move windows around because I don't have enough monitors. Hey, Fenring! And yeah, this isn't how I like my Photoshop at all, but we're just gonna deal. So I've already pulled them all up into Fit's Liberator, so now we need to put them all into the same image, and I always, why isn't this part of, I used the new thing, view. Can I choose a view? I think I choose the view here. Oh, that's why. I don't want the essentials. There we go. That's better. That's better. So, I think I always forget how I do this, and I don't remember. Let's see, this is the, I'm just going to give them the name, I'm just going to name the layer, the name of the file, and we may actually have to go back later and figure out what each file name means. Oh, come on. Copy. Paste. There we go. Because for whatever reason, this one doesn't have the information in it, like what filter it used, which is slightly problematic because without that, I don't know. No, I don't want to change it. Yeah, without that information, I really don't know. We can color it whatever color we want to color it, actually. It really doesn't matter. But without knowing what filter was used, I can't apply, like, the, quote, standard palette. Because, yes, Hubble actually has a standard palette. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but there totally is a Hubble palette. And I think sometimes they do it off of, like, what gases. But I'm not entirely too sure. Aw, Fenring cuddles everybody. That's adorable. Dink. Where are my Cheerios, human? Oh, so how was everybody's week? I hope your week was less... how should I put this? Less exciting than mine? Less dogs gorging themselves on dog food because you left for 3 hours? It was nominal. That's adorable. $5060. Okay. So got all of that nonsense down. Now we're going to save as... We do not want to save as a TIFF. We actually want to save as a Photoshop. Choose linear stack. Although I don't think you can see what I'm doing. You cannot see what I'm doing. Okay. It was nominal. Nominal is good. Nominal is very good. Nominal is very good. Okay, so we want to move from grayscale to RGB. Don't merge the layers. All right. Oh, Fenmill, that's the worst. Fenmill says they have snow shoveling to do after the stream, expected to get quite a bit after sunset too. That is the worst. Super Cowboy says, a very quiet weekend. I love quiet weekends. Me too. Nominal weeks are the best, Larry. So, okay, now all of this is in the thing. So now I think we need to add adjustment layers. New adjustment layer. How did I do this before? Was it levels? I think it was levels. Use previous layer to create. I'm back with the magic bean juice. Ugh, yes. Actually, I don't think it was levels I wanted, but that's fine. We'll fix that later. The adjustment levels. Use previous layers clipping mask, which is super important because if we don't use that previous layer as a clipping mask, it actually kind of futzes with everything else. So today's goal, aside from getting this all set up, is to where is it? New adjustment layer levels. Today's goal is to kind of... Part of me is like, I don't want to get rid of the graininess, but I don't know if I really want to add color already. We can add color. I think I definitely do want to get all of the layers in place. And the dogs walked off, because of course they did. So Fenring says, last week was slow at work, so I had time to work on my spiffy little clock app that calculates and displays sunrise and sunset times based on your location. Okay. Oh no. Guido says the unrecycled excrement hit the rotating oscillator a few times. That's the worst. Oh. She's back in Austin and finished starting a new job. That's actually really good, Larry. Starting new jobs is super cool. It's always good. Always good. Alright, we want hue saturation. Actually, I think we want to start at the bottom with that one so the numbers just stay the same. Starting new jobs is always good. Definitely not nominal, but nothing that concerned myself personally. I mean, that's a good thing. Oh, hi DPI! Oh. Fenmill has ran out of places to put the snow. I remember that feeling. I do not feel... Or I feel bad for you. I was like, I do not feel bad. No, I feel bad for you because some level of snow is always... I like it. As much as I hate the freeze-thaw cycle here in Youngstown, because it creates potholes in the middle of winter. Be like zooming down a road that had no potholes, and the next week you're like, well, this is an obstacle course. But when you run out of places to put snow, that gets a little tricky. And we may or may not have had that problem when I was living in upstate New York. I know I wasn't the one that dug out a lot of the times, and I'm kind of grateful for that, but I'm also not the one that had to, like, go and leave the house for work. So, there's that. Alright, so I still don't know why it's all popping out like this. Yeah. Oh, hi, Walker. Snow, what is snow? Oh, you could have experienced that, Walker, if you were in Seattle. Seattle, I guess, got hit by snow and everything shut down, which, like, I'm always amused by when I hear places of the world that just shut down when they get a little bit of snow. But the realization is, if you live in a place that's not used to getting snow, they don't know what they're doing because they haven't. Oh, wow. Hi. What do you want? That was a new trick. You get all the Cheerios for that. Just look over to... Alright, Midtown. I just look over to OBS and I see, like, Tinker taking up most of the doggy cam. Alright, hey Tink. Here's the Cheerios, Walker. You ready? Are you ready for me to make it rain? Oh, what a good girl. Make it rain! What a good girl, Tinker. You're catching on. I find Cheerios in the weirdest places. Heck yeah, I'm going to positive reinforce her putting her nose all up in the camera. I mean, she's figured out what the bed and the blanket are for, because now they just sit over there all the time. But for the longest time, she was like, that's nice. But now when I'm on the computer, like, she'll sit there and she just kind of stares at me sometimes. She hasn't quite figured out that the lights on means that she'll get Cheerios, but she's getting there. I like that aerodynamically retarded raindrops. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Austin water smells of dead zebra mussels? Oh my goodness. That is terrible. Ugh, gross. That is gross. I keep forgetting that zebra mussels are not just a Lake Erie problem, that they are essentially a global problem now. Alright, so we're gonna give this lower one... What is this, colorize? I think that's what we want to do. Actually, we're gonna turn off all the other ones first, so we can really see how our color stuff. There we go. So we're gonna give this a pretty red. And then we're gonna turn that off, turn that one on. We're gonna give this one, oops, I need to switch to the new thing, colorize. See, I am getting quick at this, guys. Hue, set that there. I kind of want it to be, oh, yep, that yellow. So I'll turn that off. And then this one is going to be blue. So colorize, we want, oh, that's a pretty blue. Turn that blue up. And I'm kind of worried about the bits that are essentially so white that, you know, there's no information there. Yeah, zebra mussels are terrible and kind of amazing because they just colonize everything. YYZ says the blue image looks much crisper than the yellow. That might be because of settings that I did in... let's see, we did red, yellow, blue, so I guess now we do green. Remember, I can change these at any point. Larry asks, is the Pan-Stars pay to dump compatible with Fits? So, I believe all the files that are in the Pan-Stars thing, in that big, just massive dump of files, I believe they are all in Fits format. That is essentially the universal image format. Maybe I shouldn't say image because people use them for like spectra and databases too. It's the universal data format for astronomical things, which is usually imaging. So yeah, they're going to be in Fits format. Whether or not they look pretty as individuals, because they took a lot of pictures of the sky. So whether or not they look pretty when you take them through Fits Liberator and then into Photoshop is a whole nother matter. And I don't know if I'll ever play around with those because I'm not entirely sure what they did. And, oh, excuse me, I can't remember if they were at AAS or AGU. And they may have been, and I just didn't realize it, or they were under an embargo, meaning that they couldn't, like, stuff couldn't be published about their work, even though they were at the conference. I'd have to go back and look at the schedule and things to see if there was anything about Pan-Stars. Because those would be the people that I would ask. Henring says, I think that's what's called signal clipping in both audio and video. When it's white like that, yeah, I think it is. I think that's just... I tried to kind of correct it in Fits Liberator, excuse me. But it wasn't happening. And I mean, this is a planetary nebula. This is a star in the middle of this. It's going to be bright. I can try, you know, to mess around with it, but I mean, just too many photons get fired at the thing, and I was worried about keeping the clouds and not so much about making the star a certain color. are right now the filter pass-through colors. We're making up, because I don't know. You know what? Let me open up Fit's Liberator, because I'm just assigning colors however I see fit. And there's 5 images, so we already got the primary colors. And I'm essentially just adding whatever I feel like. And I mean, these can all be adjusted later. I'm not super worried about it, but that's a pretty purple. That's pretty. Let me turn on all of the images and see what they look like stacked up. Although I think I missed a step. I think they should be, what is it, screen? I'm sure there's a script that exists to do just this thing, and I could make a script that does just this thing. But right now, I feel like it's important for me to come on screen. Right now, I feel like it's important for me to do this manually, so I remember these are all the steps I have to take. So this is what all the images look like stacked and screened with a bit of colorization, and yeah, they look kind of terrible. Yeah, they look terrible. So, let me save this. Let me add a date to the end of it. 10 February 19. Save, okay, and let's see about pulling these up in Fit's Liberator. Where is my notepad? Here's my notepad. And I have a pen here. Okay. So before I get started, I'm going to just flip this over. Hit cancel. Before I get started, I'm going to write down the last numbers, because the last numbers of the files change. 30040. 050060. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Fenring says this is why HDR images use floating point values so that one can literally process in high dynamic range with less data loss. Makes sense. It really does. It really, really does. Alright, Fit's Liberator. So we're going to open up the original images, and I will flip this over in a second. I just have to find the thing. Turn that on, turn that off, and transition. Whoa! Look at me doing all my own production. Alright, so we're in Fit's Liberator. This is the 020 image, which I just realized you can't see that because it's cut off at the top. And we're going to look at the metadata, which probably isn't going to be very helpful. This is the human readable or human easily readable metadata, which it would have been nice if in the observation the facility and the instrument were filled in, but they're not. So you have that. Notepad, click the Windows icon, go to Accessories, Notepad. Oh, that kind of notepad. I do my best to never mansplain things. Did I do it right? Oh my goodness. I heart you, Fenmel. Of course, it's much more computing intensive to use 32 or 64-bit. I'm assuming you mean per channel. Possibly not feasible on low-end machines. The telescopes pull down, I think, between 16 and 32 different shades of gray per pixel. And I'm not entirely too sure what, because it depends on the instrument. I'm not entirely too sure which instrument this was done. And this is a combined image to begin with. Here's what we're looking for. Here's the F18. These are combined images. They're the DRZ before the extension means they were drizzled. So, and the N combined here says number of image sets combined during CR rejection. So they took 4 exposures and combined them, which is not uncommon. It's really, really not. Alright, so this one is F18, F814 wide. I can go back and fix everything later. So that was that one. It should be fast now that I know where to look. And then this one was in Foxtrot 555 wide. And 40 is... It's the same thing. What gives? Why are these in the same filter? What's different about these? Now I'm confused. Open up 30 again. Image headers. I don't know why they were done in the same filter. That's interesting. See if we can find any other image things. Huh. Interesting. Duplicate data is duplicate. I'll have to look to see if they... Fenrings has just posted something about integer and floating point, which it does actually, but before anybody goes, why does it matter? It matters because computers don't do math the way that we do math. Image headers. See, this one's 438 wide. Computers will have rounding errors. It happens. Programs, it's mostly done in... It's usually a problem with programs. And what number sets they choose to use, but like integers won't take like floating points or decimal points. If you define a variable as an integer, it has to be an integer. And that's just it. For decimal, you can... Decimal or floating point contains the integer set, which just really means... it's like a circle that contains a larger circle. Like, integers are a piece of pepperoni on a round pizza. I think that's a good visual way to explain it. So there's a whole lot more floating points, and then there are integers. And they handle rounding differently. And this one also is a duplicate. This is weird. We apparently have... We have 3 different filters here. And there are 2 images each that have been taken with the same filter. And without pulling up 2, because I don't think I can pull up 2 versions of fits to see why... Because these are just the photometry keywords. To see why they were the way they were. I don't know why they are the way they are. which is interesting. Serious data quality flags. I don't know what some of this stuff means. String Theory says, I upgraded my computer to have floating point in 97. That's mildly terrifying when I think about the fact that I probably have used computers that didn't have floating point. DPI says, serious data is serious. It is, man. It is. And what kills me is that, you know, I am literally going to spend time with an astronomer later today who understands what all of these things mean. But because I just don't have dial an astronomer handy, you know, phone a friend, phone an astronomer, because I don't have that handy, I don't... Brightness units is unitless. Thanks. I can't, like, get that answer right away. Oh, serious data quality flags. Oh, duh. Usually only flops on the couch. Nice. Nice. See, it gives me the pivot wavelength in angstroms. See, I don't know what some of these things mean. Offset, world things. Flopping on the couch is nice. Extension name, psi. It gives me no information about, like, the length of the exposure. Larry Weird and Proud says, Starstrider not available? She might be eating lunch. When you stop and think about the fact that you know, like, 3 astronomers and not everybody in the world does, and to you this is like a totally normal thing. Extension version number. Yeah, it doesn't give me... I don't know why there's 2 different... There's 3 different filters. 2 different images. I thought those 2 images looked pretty similar. So let's just... I don't know. 555 isn't even on my list, and neither is 814. Well then, look at me not having my crap together. But it gives us the pivot in the thing. Disillusion says, I've been called a space case. I might qualify. I don't think so. Nice try, though. Alright, so 555. I guess I'll write the pivot point next to the things. Oops. What are we? This is... Oh, that's why. It's WFC3. What is it, 60? WFC3. And the pivot point is... 432.6 nanometers, because angstroms. Huh, I didn't know that about audio engineering, that even though we can only hear up to 20 kilohertz, that you still want to use 192 kilohertz. Serious danger of getting degraded output if you only use standard quality sources. That makes sense, actually. It really does. Alright. So open this, pop over to this. A single Tesla has 15.7 T-flops, single precision of computing power nowadays. Do we really need a car with that much computing power? Like, that seems mildly terrifying. Mildly terrifying. C3. Where is the pivot length? You know what? I think these are potentially... The data in the header is different because before it didn't have, for the angstroms, it didn't have this, you know, essentially, I can't remember what it's called, but it didn't have this. It showed a whole bunch of things. Did I process them differently? If it's deciding who lives and dies in a millisecond, then probably yes. Okay, I'll give you that. That's still terrifying that, you know, we're... Like, I understand why we're developing things to decide, you know, what to do in a car crash. But some of the things that had popped up were kind of disturbing. Like, rather... Like, in some cases, people would rather kill a human being than a dog. It's like, well then. That's, yeah. I mean, I like dogs and all, but... Yeah. Silvershot asks, how many flops does your average high-end desktop have? That's a very good question, and I don't know the answer. Even though I feel bad because even though I just built like 2 computers, I've already forgotten, like I'm glad I wrote down all of their specs, but I've already forgotten like what exactly is in both of them and why I picked these things. You know, why did I pick this processor over this processor? It's like, 'cause I wanted to? Huh. Same pivot wavelength, and then let's just open up the other one. Cryptocurrency over Unity. Oh. That's actually not... It's actually gone down in profitability, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, it's not as lucrative as it used to be, which actually makes me happy. This is why it makes me happy. Graphics cards are coming down in price. And I would like to have a better graphics card because I'm running a GTX 770, which does fine. It does fine, but, you know, I have a Ryzen 7 2700X as my CPU. And, you know, shiny things inside my case. But because of the cost of graphics cards, when I purchased everything, getting a new graphic card just wasn't, you know, how things did. High Speed Rex says, what is this? Is this how memes are made? No, this is not how memes are made. Although, I mean, sometimes memes are made like this, I'm sure. This is, I am processing Hubble Space Telescope images, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what colors everything should be. Only I realized that I have duplicates. So we might do this thing where we turn off, what is it? 40 and 60? Actually, let's see how differently I processed 40 and 60 before I turn things off. So, a learning computer. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, so I'm turning off the colors so I can look better. Hey, Uncle Bill! Glad you can join us. Oh, that's a neat emote. Alright, so this is 60. And this is 50. Other than I feel like 60 is clearer than 50. I think we're going to get rid of 50. So we're just going to delete that whole thing. Oh no, that's probably not what I wanted to do. I want to delete you too. Okay. So that solved that problem, and then 40 and 30 are duplicates. So we'll look at 30, which is really grainy, and we'll look at 40, which is not as grainy. Oh, hey, whatever you... That's totally fine, Paranor. And look at the histogram on this one compared to the histogram on this one. I like the histogram on this one a bit better, but this one doesn't seem to be as noisy. I mean, they're both grainy, but... Executive decision. 30 is going. Okay, so I'm going to cross these out. So what did I get rid of? 30 and 60? And this is why I like it when the file names have what, you know, filter they're in. Nope, I got rid of 30 and 50. Okay. So, now that we have their colors, now we need to figure out... Now we need to figure out what to actually color them, but let's see, what do we usually do? Green, blue, red? I feel like that's what we usually do. What's your purpose? You mod! Except for when he double mods. But y'all are good. And I have more than one mod, so let him double mod. Whoa. Wow, smartphone processors in cars. But I mean, the processors that we have in smartphones are better than what we had in, like, the first, you know, spacecraft that sent people, humans, to the moon. So as much as I want to be mortified at this, I'm not going to be mortified at this. Alright, so I'm going to hide that. Okay. So, hey, thanks for the follow. You want to know what that means? It means we make it rain. Are you ready? Here are the Cheerios. Oh. And make it rain! And hey! Fenring just gifted a tier 1 sub to Uncle Bill. Thanks, Fenring! We're gonna make it rain again. Hey, Puck. Puck. I don't think Puck's, like, up to saying thank you today. Fluff. Fluffy! Puck! Can you speak? He's like, nah. Alright, I tried. So, here's the Cheerios. Ready? Ready? Make it rain! I'm gonna find Cheerios in the weirdest places later, guys. But yeah, thank you! Besides, everybody likes to watch it rain on the dogs. That's amusing. Okay, what were we doing? So that one's obviously red. That one's blue. And that one's purple. So we need to change that one to green. Something I just learned the other day, or learned a few months ago, the most powerful processor launched to space was a cell phone integrated to a one uniform CubeSat launched in 2017, 1 gigahertz. That does not surprise me because spacecraft take years and years and years to develop. And, no, why aren't you showing me the thing? There we go. They take years and years and years to develop, and they essentially need to be space-worthy components. And I have read stories about how they actually went on eBay to get older duplicate used components for things that they were building, because that's how long it took. Tech is slowing down a little bit. We're not having, I don't think it's 18 months that we're like doubling things anymore. I think it's really, really slowed down. I don't know what the latest thing is, but for a while it was every 18 months things were doubling, and that is very difficult to keep up with. Alright, so now we have something that's actually not bad. We need to get the black to be black, though. Fenmil says, read an article a while back, the process the CPU goes through for space cert is intimidating. I bet it is. I bet it is. Silvershot says, I wonder how close the orbiting Tesla is to most powerful CPU, etc. in other sets. They just pulled up, they were chatting earlier about the CPUs that are used in Teslas. And it is a smartphone CPU, so... And yeah, YYZ has a very good point. I wonder if they gutted the tech before it launched. They may have actually gutted the tech before it launched. Fendering says, clock frequency race stopped about 10 years ago. It's been nothing but optimizations and multiple cores since then. Yeah, that seems... That feels right, man. It feels right. That seems about right. 10 years ago would have been 2008, 2009. And I'd started university in 2004 when things were still doubling. And the difference between, you know, computers that are built now versus, I think I have laptops that are 10 years old. Like, it probably would be noticeable, but not as noticeable as the leaps before that. So, yeah. Yeah, Fenring says, oh my god, that's so pretty now. I know, right? Look at what eliminating duplicate data does. It is pretty. We're going to make the blacks black, though. So, that feels wrong when I say it out loud, by the way. I feel like I hid something that shouldn't have been hidden. Nope. Nope. Yup. Let's see. We need to turn off all the other layers. Not all the other layers. The hue saturation, and this is what? Sample black point. That worked. And then what is this? Sample white point. Okay. So that one was quick. Turn that off. And then sample black point. Sample white point. Oh, that's no good. Auto. Sample black point. Sample white point. Oh. I thought there was like a smoothing thing, but maybe we'll just get to that later. I think we'll get to that later. And for here, sample black, sample white. All right. So turn all the layers back on. Add some color. So black is still not black. You want to, I know what I may have done. And this happens. I think I may have just been adjusting the same thing over and over and over again instead of clicking every place to where I should have been, because I'm like, this should have, there we go. See? Yeah, there. I have a 6-core CPU. Don't ever get one. Motherboard nightmares. Why? Why is there a 6-core CPU? That doesn't... That's like one of those things where you're like, what were you thinking, manufacturer? Okay, let's try this again. Black, white, perfect. And then make sure I'm clicking the right thing. Turn that on, turn that off, turn that off. Black, white. There we go. Okay, this should look better now that I'm doing it correctly. Turn this on, turn this on. Okay, we got things happening. Fendering says, winning in Photoshop. I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I probably would be a lot faster and better at this. It's still not dark. I probably would be a lot better and a lot faster at this if I actually did this more often than once a week. But I am getting faster. So was it levels that I used to adjust? No, I did levels. That thing might go in a museum, the Gem Doctor. There are legit computer museums. I think there was one in Seattle that I kind of wanted to go to, and we didn't end up going to. See, I've done levels. It looks really pretty, but the black needs to be black. And I'm thinking... try the old trick with levels and or adjustment layer on top of everything. Okay. Oh. Let's see, new adjustment layer. Color balance? Oh, nope, it's not color balance. That's not what we want. Neat, though. Yes, delete the layer color balance. Tamagotchi, my first computer. Aw, that's adorable. I had a computer before I had my first Tamagotchi, though. You don't want to do brightness contrast. Nope. I mean, that makes everything black. Just download and running NovaBench would have been better if shut down Annie, or what fun is that? Curves or levels? I'm thinking curves, and I kind of want to put... I mean, there's that. That doesn't look very nice. Doesn't look very nice at all. I'm thinking I might do curves. On one hand, though, I'm like, this could wait, but I'm also looking at like how much the purple comes through over the green, which actually kind of bothers me. So, Alright, so it's 8 minutes till. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to flip over and read chat and things until it's time to go. Fenring says, sometimes it's just trial and error. Yeah, it is. Look at me being all like, I'm going to bust right through this today. Nope, nope, nope. This is probably going to take me another couple hours. But they're all in the same file. We've gotten rid of the duplicates. There's some color. And the background is kind of black. And I think I have literally spent in the past an entire stream just making the background black. So, yeah, it's really pretty. It's not done. I am not happy with this. This is not the finished product. To me, this is still way too grainy. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. It's still too grainy. It is really pretty. I'm not happy with it. So there will be more. There will be more next time, which should be next week. It should be next week. Alright, so while I'm thinking about, you know, other stream things, let me pull up on my other screen when the next rocket launches. So the next rocket launches are not this week. Unless something drastically changes between now and the 21st, there are no rocket launches until the 21st. And there was supposed to be a launch on the 22nd, and it looks like that launch from Arianespace will be delayed until the 26th. But there's no official update. So, doesn't look like there's any rocket launches this week at all. So the 21st. DPI says, why is it that there are so few launches at the beginning of the year? Because it's cold, and the cold does weird things to materials. Except for places like, Kuru, where I don't think it gets below freezing in Kuru. Budgets and money is also another good thing. CyberJ says weather. Yeah, weather's probably a good one. I mean, that's how one of the space shuttle disasters happened, is that the launch really should have been put back until the weather was better. And that's not what happened at all. So instead, we lost a shuttle and many lives, which very unfortunate. Kerbal says there's a lot of launches at the end of the year. So yeah, maybe it is a budgeting and scheduling thing. Maybe there's some bookkeeping going on. Maybe there's so few American launches because of the shutdown. I don't know. I'm putting my money on weather, even though there were a lot of launches before the end of the year. But that's my opinion. I am by no means an expert in rocket launches. You need to talk to our Astro for that, who unfortunately is not around at the time I stream. So, Cyber says, I guess we could build a launch station in Panama or something. I mean, yeah. Kerbal says, shutdown 2, the FAA, FCC wasn't able to do licensing for any of it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have, and they take 60 days for licenses. Yeah, that would explain why that there's a lot of launches that just aren't over. Smartmaster says, hi, Pupper. Yeah, she's just kind of chilling. Are you awake? Yeah, her eyes opened. You can't see it, but she's awake. She's just chilling. Aren't you? She's like, yeah, if I sit here, I might get Cheerios. We never test freezing the O-rings, but the managers never told NASA that. Yeah, I remember reading about that. I've actually been alive for both of the shuttle disasters, tragedies, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, so I don't really remember the first one. But yeah, there are no launches until the 21st, and there are 2 launches that day. And the 21st, what day of the week that is that? That's a Thursday. So, it looks like if I cover both of them, it looks like one will be before Daily Space, and one will be later in the evening. And we're definitely going to cover the one later in the evening. Hey, Canada Kim. Yeah. Hey, we have the same blanket. Yeah, it's a nice blanket. It actually kind of snaps together as a hoodie. Puck's like, I heard the Cheerios. Alright, so here's the Cheerios. Puck, speak. Alright, that counts. Ready? Make it rain! Make it rain! But yeah, I'll be covering definitely the later one on the 21st. The later one on the 21st is the Space IL lunar thing. Lunar lander slash thing with rockets that's going to, you know, land, send photos, videos, and then take off from the surface, fly a bit, and then land somewhere else and take more, and then, you know, take more photos, videos. There's a Soyuz from Baikonur on the 21st, another Soyuz from a different pad on the 22nd, and Falcon 9 on the 22nd. I don't know what website you're looking at, Kerbal. I use Rocket Launch Live. Bye, Canada Kim. Thanks for popping in. I use Rocket Launch Live. They are, as far as I can tell, they update every day. And they've been pretty reliable for me. So obviously I don't plan for rocket launches more than a day or two in advance because things change all the time. Different information pulls in, but I'm happy with Rocket Launch Live and NASAspaceflight.com forums calendar. Yeah. I think that's one that I had looked at after the IPR site went down. WatchRockets.com is cool with links to video feeds. Ooh, I'm gonna have to use that because sometimes the struggle with me is finding the video feeds. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. RocketLaunch.live, you know, we'll put up the feeds on launch day. Is not as soon as they're released, but soon after they've been released. And for the most part, they do a good job. A lot of places don't like putting up the links way in advance, which annoys me. Oh, excuse me. So yeah. Alright, it is 2 o'clock. I just heard the bottle beep in the kitchen. I'm gonna make it rain one more time for the dogs. Cheerios. Puck comes trotting in. It's adorable. He's still just off camera. Alright, ready? Make it rain! Dogs are like, yeah, this is the best thing ever. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching me colorize and chatting space stuff. And if you missed this stream or any other stream, we archive everything on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can join us for our live streams most days at 1 o'clock. We do not stream on Saturdays. Monday through Friday is Daily Space. Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern is myself doing Science Sunday. And yeah, all the things and stuff. So this has been a production of CosmoQuest and PSI, Planetary Space Institute, and Youngstown State University. Hooray! And I think that's all the things. Thank you, Paranor, for essentially covering everything, because I am awkward. So I'm going to roll the credits, and then I'm going to go. And now the cute song. I think I have the song in here. We'll find out. I can't ever remember if I actually have added it. I don't know if I have. All right. So yeah, thank you all. I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh no, there's no song. Do 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 do. Roll credits. Here is my cute little song. I really need to add the song. Do do do. Why aren't you rolling credits? I hit the roll credits button. Oh my goodness. There they go. Doop be doo beep boo ba ba da dee 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 doo. So many awesome people. Beep beep ba. Do beep bop boo bop ba dee. Dee doo. All right. Thank you again, all, and I will see you next time. Bye.